In addition to being considered one of the greatest rappers of all time, Snoop Dogg is a bold guy who likes to invest in different areas. But have you ever stopped to think about how this singer lives? In this video, you'll find out all about Snoop Dogg's luxurious life. Career. Born in 1971 in Long Beach, California, Calvin Cortazar Broadus Jr., better known by his stage name Snoop Dogg, is a great American rapper. Coming from a very simple birthplace, the artist had to work different jobs as a child to help support his family. He eventually started rapping in 6th grade, showing large crowds at school his talent with rhymes. His first professional hip-hop release was the album Doggfather in 1993, which became a real sales success. From then on, Snoop Dogg became a big name in American urban music. Among the rapper's most successful songs are Drop It Like It's Hot, Gin Juice, Yum, Wild Free, The Next Episode, Still D.R.E., Wiggle, among many others. In addition to his work as a singer, the star has also participated in films and series, such as the productions Mac and Devin, Go to High School, Scary Movie, Dolomite Is My Name, not to mention his voiceovers, animations, and documentaries about his life. And with a long trajectory of great success, today Snoop Dogg can live a very luxurious life. Mansions. Snoop Dogg is one of the oldest and most famous names in the rap world. And because he's been earning a lot of money for so many years, he can invest in great properties to live more comfortably. His first real estate acquisition took place in 1994, a large house with 6,500 square feet of total area and 3,700 square feet of floor space, located in Claremont in the U.S. state of California. The singer has already shared with his fans a little more of his home in a From the Vault episode on MTV. The house has an older architectural style, with a classic and rustic design, similar to the Italian style, and while not currently seen as a glamorous residence, more than 25 years ago, it was considered a true mansion. The property has a recording room where Snoop could work, as well as a beautiful outdoor area to play with his children, including a basketball court and a large swimming pool. The artist even made renovations and expanded the size of the residence until he decided to sell it in 2007. To get an idea of the value, he bought this property for $660,000 and later sold it for $1.8 million. In other words, it was a good deal for him. Adding to his success as well as his fortune, Snoop Dogg acquired a new, more modern mansion in Diamond Bar, California. The home is located within the coveted Country Estates gated community, full of luxury properties. It's an excellent option for celebrities who want more privacy, but who don't want to give up on their proximity to Los Angeles. With an impressive total area of 26,000 square feet, the house has 7,000 square feet of living space, distributed in 6 spacious bedrooms, including the master suite located on the ground floor, and 6 bathrooms, not to mention the powder room. The decoration of the property is quite old after all. It was built in 1977, with a strong presence of solid wood furniture, in addition to having yellowish lighting, which brings the feeling of greater coziness to the environment. The property also has an office with wooden paneling, a game room with a pool table, as well as an excellent outdoor area with a large swimming pool for Snoop to cool off on the hottest days, a hot tub to relax, a barbecue area, in addition to a court where the singer can both play tennis and basketball. The rapper acquired this property in 1998, paying $720,000 at the time. Currently, his home is valued on real estate websites at over $4 million. In addition, it could be that Snoop Dogg has bought a new property, since he is always posting photos and videos on a more modern, all-black indoor basketball court, in addition to having other environments decorated with family portraits that are always backdrops with photos of his wife. Cars. Like most American rappers, Snoop Dogg is also passionate about stylish automobiles. In his music videos, for example, he is always making waves with various vehicles. But now, you're gonna find out which cars actually pass through Calvin Cortazar's garage. The singer loves collectibles that have historical value, like his 1974 Cadillac DeVille Lowrider, a vehicle that was once highly admired by hip-hop groups in the 1990s and which currently can fetch $15,000. Affectionately named the Batmobile, the rapper owns a Polaris slingshot, a toy that costs, without customization, around $25,000. Some sources say that he also had a Chrysler 300C, It's a classic sedan equipped with a 425 horsepower engine, and a new one costs around $32,000. One vehicle that Snoop Dogg had customized to suit his tastes is his Ford Mustang GT, receiving a blue paint job and the rapper's name stamped on the car's window. Although it's not known how much the singer paid for this customization, this vehicle cost around $35,000 when new. Speaking of classic cars, Snoop Dogg also owns a restored and well-preserved mint-colored 1957 Chevy Bel Air, a car that, because it's collectible and historic, is worth more than $50,000. Further raising the level of refinement and luxury, the rapper owns a Rolls-Royce Ghost, a vehicle that exudes sophistication, good taste, and comfort, which costs around $310,000. A nice collection of cars, isn't it? Luxury shopping. Snoop Dogg is a rapper from simple origins who conquered the world with his rhymes. And with so much financial success, he can now spend his money on whatever he wants. To always dress stylish, he has plenty of jewelry to compose his look, such as gold chains. In honor of his mother, for example, he has a brilliant necklace filled with diamonds, made by the New York jeweler Trax, an item that must have cost a good fortune. In honor of the label responsible for his Death Records career, Trax, Snoop Dogg also has a gold and diamond gem, and it seems that the singer also likes to give gifts to those he loves. His wife, for example, posted several photos showing the treats she got from her husband. 2 diamond rings that appear to be covered in diamonds, which must have cost Calvin a good deal of money. His wife is also always posting her designer acquisitions on Instagram. She owns, for example, several Louis Vuitton bags, including a very versatile multi-pack with several compartments that cost $2,360. The Game On bag with a playing cards design, a very exclusive item that costs about $2,700. The Ontego model, which features the brand's larger monogram print, valued at $2,970. An artistic handbag with a design made by the Henry G. Lurtz, an accessory that is made to order and that costs around $8,000, and a small yellow suitcase by the brand, a very rare item that can be found for sale for $9,200. Furthermore, Snoop Dogg also likes to dress up to perform at important events. To advertise his star on the Walk of Fame, the rapper wore a coat and a turtleneck sweater by Gucci, totaling more than $6,000. When it comes to watches, the singer uses models that are not. He was once seen at an event wearing a Joe Rodeo watch, complete with diamond stones set in the bezel, which cost $6,140. Snoop also owns an 18-karat yellow gold Rolex Date Eye with a diamond-encrusted face, a luxury accessory that cost more than $52,000. Really, Snoop Dogg knows how to flaunt it. Personal life. Many people are curious to know how Snoop Dogg's personal life is going. Since on social media, the rapper doesn't usually share much of his daily life. Calvin Cortazar has been married to wife Shant Broadus since 1997. Together they have 3 children, Corday, Cordell, and Corey. But their relationship has had its ups and downs, with turmoil of separation and return. And maybe that's why the rapper had a child out of wedlock in 1998 with Lori Holman, giving birth to a boy named Julian. Currently, the singer seems to be living very well with his wife, celebrating 24 years of marriage. Another aspect of Snoop Dogg's life that is quite emblematic is that when he was younger, the rapper was already arrested and convicted of walking outside the law. Business. Snoop Dogg is much more than one of the richest rappers in the world. He's also a businessman and likes to diversify his investments in different areas. The artist is a co-founder of the venture capital fund, Greenhouse Capital, which invests in the cannabis industry, whether for medical or recreational use. Currently, the Greenhouse portfolio is valued at approximately $200 million. Snoop Dogg is a global pioneer when it comes to investments in this area, a market that promises to grow even more. He also has a mobile app called Rap Empire, which is a game where you can build your own rap empire. Not to mention that Snoop has an online store with several products of his brand, such as clothes and his own cookbooks. As a pretty up-to-date guy, he also keeps an eye on technology, investing in his own virtual land in the metaverse, as well as promising to release his collection of NFTs. He will also invest in his own brand of hot dogs. In the beverage business, the rapper has partnered with the Australian wine brand, putting the wine brand 19 Crimes on the shelves, in addition to have founded his own gin brand that has been quite successful, called Indigo Gin. Speaking of advertising, Snoop Dogg has already signed major contracts to participate in campaigns for brands such as Hot Pocket sandwiches, Pepsi Soda, Bic pens, Corona beer, among others. And the rapper also makes money on the internet, on Instagram for example, where he has over 67 million followers, a great outlet where he can advertise.